Hello, here we go. This is our second part, and here I want to show you how to make simple scenes with these two devices. So, for an explanation, the POPP Home is a very easy and simple to set up gateway. It's probably not that big feature set gateway which you get with another Z-Wave gateway like the Home Center 2, where you can actually program a lot of scenes with different programming tools. This one is actually just really simple to set up, really simple to use, but still powerful because it supports Z-Wave. So first of all, we would like to create a scene. I have already added those two Z-Wave devices to my POPP Home, and now I want to create a scene. So I will pick set a new scene, and I will call this scene, let's say, motion on. And I actually want to create a scene where my motion sensor will turn on a light. So I pick if as the condition for my scene, and here I have the possibility to choose between different conditions from the Z-Wave devices themselves. So those are the devices. I can also choose conditions from one single room, and I can also choose conditions from the gateway. So let's take a look at those three options. First of all, there is device. So of course a device, that's pretty clear. I can choose the status of a Z-Wave device as my condition for the scene. So I'm looking for my motion sensor, which is a tree sensor by AOTech, and I will pick this device right here. And now I have two options. I can either choose on or off, and of course when I want to have my lights turned on when there is motion, I will pick on. The checkbox right here, this checkbox you can use if you, for example, want to have the light turned on only if the motion sensor detects motion for more than 10 seconds or 5 seconds, or if you have a door window sensor and this door window sensor has to be open for 10 seconds or more than 20 seconds, then this condition is met. So that means if I want to have on for 20 seconds, then the condition is right, then it's true. Yeah, but in our case, you want to have that it turns on immediately when there is motion. So I would just leave this checkbox empty. Okay, so that's on. Alright, what else can I do? I can now add other conditions to my if here, and I can see what I can do in rooms. Well, in rooms I have two rooms right now. It's office and it's outside. So I will pick outside, and now I can choose for the room. There are always primary sensors set for each room for temperature, humidity and light. And it depends which condition I want to pick. I can choose a value right here. So let's say temperature is beneath 50 degrees Celsius. Yeah, but to use this, you actually need a temperature sensor in that room. So if I don't have a temperature sensor in that room, this will actually not work correctly. So be sure, if you use the room as a condition, that you have a sensor of one of those status or functionalities in that room. So for us, I will actually not pick any option here. So I will go back, and I still have the tree sensor here. But I will also show you the last option, which is the gateway itself, the POPP Home. And the POPP Home itself has a built-in motion sensor and also has a sound detector. So I can actually pick sound detections, and that means only if there is motion and the sound detected, my action will start. These two are connected via a connector. The connector right now is an OR, but I can also change it to end when pressing on that icon. I can actually add many more conditions, up to 10 different conditions, and I will actually pick my light that it has to be off. So the tree sensor only will turn on the light if the light was turned off before. So I don't want the sound, so I press on the icon and then it's removed. Now I change my connector to end, so only if the tree sensor and the light is off, my action will happen. Then on the next one I have when on the next icon, and when means the time condition or a present state. So first three options are present states. I have the present state home, present state away, and present state at sleep. I can also pick time-wise, so always, 24/7, every day, every week, or just for fixed time. So let's take a look at those three options. Every day means in a certain period on a day this scene will be active. So let's say only in the evening that scene should be active. I would set 5:30 p.m. the scene will be start being active, and it will stop in the morning, let's say 6:30 in the morning. So that means from 5:30 p.m. until 6:30 a.m. this scene will be active, and only during this time the light will turn on, which only makes sense because during the day it's usually not dark outside, so you don't need so much lighting. Okay, but for our use case I actually have to change the time because it's not 5:30 yet, so I will go to 1:30 to demonstrate later on that this scene works. Okay, then we can go back and then I see my time condition here. But let's take a look at the other time conditions. I can also pick week. Week means I only have it on specific days. Yeah, I can choose a time period on certain days, which is, I think, clear to understand. Okay, now I actually have to select a day. Let's go to Sunday, but I want to change it back to day. Let's take a look at fixed. That means date, only on different dates. So it could start on the 3rd of April, for example, and it will end on the 4th of April. It started at 2:30 p.m. and starts at 2:30 p.m. on that date. So just for fixed time. Okay, that's for the explanation. For our case, we just pick always now. Yeah, so really simple to set up. Next step is our action. Our action can be, offers different options as well. So first of all, we start with the device. Okay, device is clear. Those are C-wave actuators, and I can pick a C-wave actuator to be turned on, to change the temperature, or to start the siren. I want to have my lights turned on, so I will pick my light. I will pick the brightness, and I will pick the color. Then I can also set how long the light should be turned on after it goes back off, but I will leave that away and just let it turn on. So now I have set my first action. I can add other actions, for example room. I can also completely turn off or turn on a room, which is currently not working because I have no actuators assigned to my rooms. There are only sensors, so I cannot choose the rooms currently in my actions. I can also pick groups, which I don't have set up yet. I don't have any groups here, so I can't add groups. Group means I have several groups of devices which can be turned on or turned off in a scene. And let's go to other options. Right here I have my gateway actions again. I can turn on the speaker of the gateway. I can record a video. I can record a video on my NAS. I can send me an email. Or I can also change the present state of the gateway. For now, let's say it's turn on the speaker. Yeah, so I have two conditions now. I have a tree sensor, motion. I have my light should be turned off. It's active always. And then the light will turn on and my speaker starts. So that's it so far. Let's turn back the motion sensor. Let's update it. And now I see my scene right here. What is actually cool, I can also change the icon of my scene by selecting that option menu right here, choose a picture, and then I can just pick a picture from my gallery, which is quite a cool feature to make it more personalized, my app. Okay, so this app is running, so that means it's active. And I have my tree sensor right here, and I have also my light. So let's see what happens when there is motion. The scene was triggered, my speaker was turned on, and also the lamp turned on. So it's a pretty simple setup, how to make motion and light, and goes very fast. So it makes sense to use the POPP Home with motion sensors and light appliances.